The police killings of George Floyd in Minneapolis and Rayshard Brooks in Atlanta have shaken up millions of people, but no one feels the impact more than the two women in their lives. Rayshard Brooks' widow, that's Tamika Miller, and George Floyd's partner, that's Roxy Washington. We invited them to speak with us together. They talked exclusively with Mark Strassmann about their loss and the legacy of both men. Good morning to you, Mark. I'm thinking they must have had a whole lot to say to each other.
No question, Gail, and here's why. Both women belong to a club that no one wants to be a member of, and the reason is the initiation fee. It is unthinkable. A black man dies violently in this country, his relatives grieve, and no one understands their stab of pain like another family who has gone through the same thing.
Roxy Washington and Tamika Miller had never met.
I really hope we get through it.
We get through it.
Right.
But they relate to each other's anguish like best friends.
Keep fighting, don't stop.
I'm never gonna stop.
Washington's partner was George Floyd. On May 25th, he died on a Minneapolis street, a cop's knee pressed on his neck for more than 8 minutes. 18 days later, an Atlanta cop suspected Rayshard Brooks of DUI. When Brooks ran, Officer Garrett Rolfe shot him in the back. Brooks was Tamika Miller's husband, the father of their 4 children.
Pretty numb. I'm still in disbelief.
We take it day by day.
Hardest part?
Is the questions that my daughter asks.
Like?
Can she go to heaven? When is she going to be able to see her daddy again?
The two of you, what was it like to meet for the first time?
When I saw you and the babies, I was like, I got to get there.
Like millions of people, Miller watched George Floyd die.
Did you and Rayshard talk about it?
We actually did. My husband was in disbelief. He was heartbroken. He actually cried.
It must have been surreal when it came back. And
When it happened to me, I couldn't believe it. I never thought it could happen.
Millions also watched the shooting of Rayshard Brooks, including Roxy Washington.
When I saw it, I was like, not again. Not again.
Neither will watch the video of the man in her life dying, but both were fascinated by the protests that followed.
It made me feel good to know that his name will be remembered until the end of it.
About someone they had never met before.
But they loved him.
What did the protests mean to you?
That it brought all different colors and races together. It means so much to me. It means so much.
6-year-old Gianna is the daughter of George Floyd and Roxy Washington.
And she said, Daddy changed the world. Down the line, we was going somewhere, and she said, Mommy, I believe that there are some good cops and there are some bad cops.
One officer involved in each death was charged with murder. Derek Chauvin sits behind bars for Floyd's death, awaiting trial. But Garrett Rolfe is free after posting a $500,000 bond.
I don't even want to speak about him.
Then came this moment.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Washington slid over to comfort Miller. She understood.
Derek Chauvin has yet to enter a plea. His representatives did not respond to our request for comment. Garrett Rolfe's lawyers intend to fight the charges. They argue that his shooting was justified. Why? Because Brooks fired a taser at Rolfe. Both women we spoke to, of course, want justice. To Washington, justice is for both officers to spend the rest of their lives behind bars. But Miller told me, at this point, she doesn't know what justice is. Gail?
A lot of people are asking that question, Mark. There was a very tender moment between the two of them because we were all saying, not again, when we saw the death of Rayshard Brooks. I get the sense, did you get the sense being in the room with them that it must have helped them both to be able to talk to each other? Because they are certainly, as you said, in a club nobody wants to belong to. Now I bet they're bonded for life.
To talk to each other and to commiserate with many of the challenges since the shooting. I'll give you an example, something that touched me as a parent. Both women having to explain what happened to their young children. Take little Gianna. Her mother tried to make sure that Gianna never saw the video of her father dying on television. But someone accidentally left the wrong channel on. Little girl saw it, and all of a sudden, Gianna had more questions.
I keep thinking about those young children, too, and Gianna's words, "My daddy changed the world." I don't even know if she knows what she's saying, what it really means, but she's right. He really did change the world. I think about those young kids. Thank you, Mark.